Hello.
Hello. We're now streaming live on YouTube.
hmm
Ooh,
hmm So we are
that's the
at
place to
the
be.
exactly. We are at the end of our month's exploration with Hestia, and this last week we invite some discussion and exploration around how we can integrate and utilize this goddess as a source of support on our spiritual journey. So, um, I'd be interested in hearing how things have worked for you this month, Paige. I know that for me, they have been a sweeping out of some major energy in my house occurred here in the last 24 hours. So I am in processing at the moment of all of that change, and I can say that I can sense and feel um, the goddess with me today for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes our creating hearth and home doesn't turn out to be what we had envisioned it to be, but it turns out to be what it needs to be. And sometimes you envision that space to be including people in your life or being in a place that
Mhm.
you envision it to be, and sometimes you're uprooted and your home is somewhere else, or
Right.
or people are removed from your home, or
Mhm.
that they arrive in your home.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
you 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 just want to keep that energy of safety, right? And just of that, what we think of hearth and home, and also clearing of the thoughts and things
Yeah.
like I know that I've been kind of cleaning house in my head somewhat uh, regarding things that I've been envisioning and all of that. Do I am I creating space? And we've got
Right.
a new moon coming up here as well. So am I creating the space for those, a welcoming space for
Yeah.
those things to come in?
Right.
And so it means a lot to me, I guess. I don't know, I'm a work in progress. I can't say that everything
We
is
all are.
all in place. Yeah,
That's what I was talking
it's
about with a client today, is that it's like one of the things with the work that I do is that I am not perfect. I think that's one of the things that I honor about myself, is that, I have messy things that occur in my life, and when those messy things occur, I have to lean into this work that we're doing. I have to lean into my tools. I have to lean into prayer. I have to lean into meditation. Um, Today was emotion code. Like, I needed to release some trapped emotions around the subject of, what's occurring in our household in the last 24 hours. And so, you know, being a human being is, it's circular the way we work with our healing. So um, we're going to come across things that are going to look the same over and over again. And I know that's where I am today, is in that resonance and in that awareness and in that remembrance, and just honoring that as much as I can today, because each day is a little different. And
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
and it's change. It's managing change. And as much as we like to say, well, as much as I like to say I'm a go with the flow type of person and all that, a certain amount of change is okay with me, but some of it I really don't like. I want things to be the way that they are, the way or how I
I
envision
want
them
them
to
to change
be.
the way I want them to change.
Yeah, right.
Right. Like, I know that the
Like,
change is necessary, but maybe the way that it's happening isn't in alignment with me, and that for me, I think, is where I am, is in observing that.
yeah, yeah. And how can you stay in alignment with what's true to you and still create an environment that's welcoming or
Right.
whatever, for others? And but we always have to think, take care of ourselves first. If we're not, what we're doing, what we're creating is not in alignment, it's not going to work.
Right.
And, you know, things may change, but then things may come back again and again and
Right.
again.
And that's what Hestia is showing us, is how can we honor ourselves, and stay close to the heart, stay close to that, you know, the sparks, and
Exactly.
let
You
that be a
mentioned that.
part of your exploration. Because even though the ego mind is, you know, overstimulated and the nervous system is off the charts, it's still this, I still have this sense of knowing that everything's going to be okay. So I think that's where, you know, we've got to learn how to balance that out, and not get too stuck in the worry and the ego's construction of what's going to be okay and not okay, versus, you know, remembering.
And filter it all through your heart.
Yeah.
And like we say, you know, it all goes through that heart-centered energy. And when it does, then it's for our good, it's for everyone else's good. And
so I definitely feel like I was grateful that Hestia was our subject of the month, with, you know, where I am today. So
and we are perfectly imperfect. I mean,
exactly.
And we just might get a handle on one thing and another thing will pop up.
Right.
You know, it's like when you hire a professional organizer to come into your home and they put everything together. But the thing is, it's learning how to keep that.
For sure.
You know, and because you're going to have people and animals and things, you know, pets and all that, just like messing things up right behind you.
Yep. Indeed.
Yeah, but
so, well, we'd love to hear how Hestia spoke to you all this month, and how you are going to work at integrating the energy of working with the goddess Hestia with yourself.
Yes.
And then we will be back next week with some with a new goddess of the month, and we look forward to sharing more information with you about her then.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, have a beautiful day, and thank you for sharing.